Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday. Oh my goodness, you guys. Listen, I don't know where everybody on here lives, but I live in southern New Jersey and there's snow here. So I don't know if everybody on here has some type of snow, but it is insane what is happening. It's been so cold here. The real feels are like 0 or below. We were on the way to school today and the car was reading 11, and like halfway to school it went down to 10, and Millie was like, it's getting colder. And I'm like, I'm not made for this. But we can't even go to Florida right now because it's not much better. Like, I am not, yeah, 9. I'm not made for this. Okay. I'm not. It's just not me, guys. So you're on here and you're trying to stay warm. I hear you. All right, let's get going here. All right. So I want to start off. If you guys can unmute and have your camera on, that's great. Oh, Emily, -20. I'm not coming to see you, my friend. Sorry. I love you. Not coming to see you, -20. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not made for that. Okay, if you can turn your cameras on and unmute, wonderful. I want to start off just a couple minutes. I want you to celebrate yourself. It doesn't have to be a novel, like celebrate something that you've done well, you're doing well, something you've conquered, something you've like celebrate yourself. And then I want you to shout out one person on your team for something that they're doing. Who wants to go first? Just go ahead and unmute. Anything.
Oh,
Day
heck, I'll go
three,
first.
day three on reset for me, and I'm just feeling good and ready for some good results from being on this reset.
Yes.
And I'm just growing my team. I'm fairly new. I just started the end of October, and I've already got like 14 people on my team.
Yes. Get it, girl. I love that. Day 3, you're almost done. You're almost done. I love it. Thank you, Tina. Sean, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so some of y'all know I was at a Christian retreat weekend for a bunch of youth this weekend. And I obviously I brought my Plexus out with me, and I was, taking water bottles and shaking up and making my drinks and everything. And, the guys, because we're all guys in one conference room, the guys are all going, "Oh, hey, what's that you got going?" And of course, I made my sweet tea with peach mango, and a couple of them made jokes about, "Oh, you drinking some pee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the best tasting pee you've ever had in your life." But I've got a lot of sparked interest from that, and I've already followed up with 4 of the guys, and one of them has already come back and said, "Man, yes, we are going to be in touch very, very soon." Now, how soon very, very soon is, I don't know, but he's extremely interested.
I love it. I love it.
And shout out to my sponsor, Rachel, for being a brave warrior at St. Francis Hospital and still hopping on the call and telling me that she doesn't need me to bring her any ease.
I love it. She's gonna sign somebody up before she leaves the hospital. Bet you. Bet you. Bet you, bet you, bet you. Love it. I love it, Sean. That is awesome. Yes. Who else?
Go.
Celebrate yourself.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
So, I shared about my social media following and all that stuff. So that has grown exponentially. Like my views are consistently rising over 300,000. So that's really awesome. And then our team has grown by 6 this month. I think it was 8 last month. So we've hit a good little streak of momentum. So I'm hoping to keep that going. And I did just have a VA appointment like last week, and the nurse wants to sign up. So
Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right. Who else? Celebrate yourself and shout out somebody from your team.
Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm at the station this morning.
Good.
Big celebration. I've got a level 2 that has added 6 or 7 this month, teaching her through cat rooting. She reached out last night and she's like, "Hey, loving it. Dad's loving it. Mom's loving it. Sister's loving it." The 3 guys that I work with, and the big accomplishment, the big conversation last night is now I have somebody that wants to do this with me. They just lost their job. How do we make this super simple to do it? So huge, huge win. Like, she is my shout out. She's in Colorado, not here with us right now, but y'all will be meeting her soon, I'm sure.
Love it. Thank you. All right, Samuel's at work, but I love it in the chat. It says, I have multiple signups pending, and my friend Josh, who is my downline, is absolutely killing it in his business. Love it. Thank you, Samuel. I love that you're listening in.
I will go.
All right.
I can't turn my camera on,
ahead.
but so I have to shout out my level 1 Tiffany. She has been just killing it, blowing up. Like, she's blowing me away. My husband was giving me a funny the other night, and he's like, girl, he's like, Tiffany is posting more than you. What are you doing? What is going on? I was like, shut your face right freaking now. But hey, he's holding me accountable, which is what I asked him to do. So I have to say, I have 2 pretty big wins this week. I hit 60 people on my team, and I thought the day would never come that I would see a level 4 under me. And I was just like, what in the actual is going on? Like, what is happening? So my team is just persisting and showing the grit and what this takes. And I have just, I don't know, I feel like I'm like literally happily losing sleep at night over this. Like, so, yeah, that's all I got.
I love that.
Actually,
And
I wanted to add really quick though, that,
ahead.
kudos to Jenny. This is her first Power 30, so everyone give her a warm welcome. And she just signed up her daughter, who is pregnant, and mother-daughter duos are like my favorite. So I love it.
Awesome. And what I was going to say about the levels, like when you start seeing those deeper levels, that's duplication happening. So kudos to you guys for duplicating over there. Jenny, welcome to Power 30. So happy you're here. Sean said, oh, Sean is casually. Oh, and I'm 3 away from gold. Just casually drops that in there. Just, oh, by the way. Love it. All right, who's next? Anybody else want to celebrate?
I can go. I'm
ahead.
driving. Hopefully it doesn't cut out. But I'll shout myself out for doing 3 online wellness events this week. And I have a couple people that are, everyone's trying to get the silver re-rank, so refresh. So that's great. And I'm shouting out Janine for actually hosting her first wellness event for a friend. So I'm super excited about it.
Love that. If you guys didn't hear it, she's shouting out Janine for hosting her first wellness event for her friends. So love that, Emily. Way to host the events. Way to keep it going. Anyone else?
What is up, friends?
What up, girl?
I am not showing my face. However, I'm proud of myself for showing up and doing some of the things, maybe not all the dang things, but doing some of the things despite of. So I'm super proud.
Love it. We are super proud of you. We are super proud of you. And you guys, I want you to take note to that. That's something that is super important. Yeah, Raquel and even Rachel right now, like when life's, okay, and it's going to happen, you may not be able to do all of the things and show up in the capacity that you normally would. But when you're going to do the some of the things, do the things that move the needle. Don't do the fluff. Don't waste your energy on the things that are just busy work. And that's really why, like, Raquel's still adding people and she's going through a level of hell. Like, do the things that matter. That's why Rachel's going to sign somebody up before she leaves the hospital. Do the things that matter. Like the IP, I always say, like, on a good day, you have to figure out your minimum. Like, what is my minimum that I can do? So that when you have the bad day, the bad season, you say, like, these are the 5 things that I must do every single day. It's not the fluff. It's not the busy work. Like, that stuff's great when life is going great and unicorns and rainbows. But when it's lifing, you have to know what you're going to do. So kudos to you, Raquel, for showing up. We love you. All right. Anyone else? All right. So today we're going to talk about taking our initial asks just a little bit deeper. So we're going to do it like this. So let's think about, when you're planting seed as a farmer or grain farmer, vegetable, whatever you're doing, and or flowers or wildflowers, and you're throwing seeds, right? You're throwing seeds and they go on top of the soil. Now, what happens if you have like not treated the ground, you haven't prepped it, they lay on the top. Birds come eat it, the chickens come eat it, the animals will try and eat it. Like, you're not going to get really, really good fruit from your work if you're not treating the soil or it's not going deep enough. Same thing's going to happen with our conversations. If we're not taking it deep enough and we're not making that emotional connection, we're not going to get the fruit maybe as quickly, or it won't be as strong. Now something I will say for Sean, like this is something even with my husband, I'm like a little envious about the fact that men can be so logical and women are so emotional that like, if it's a solution, like they find a solution. Typically men will find a solution like this, right? Like I'll say something and my husband's already got it. I'm like, can't we just complain for a couple minutes? Like, can't you just like complain with me? And he's like, but it's not going to change anything, Kate. Like, so it's like, hey, what are you drinking? This is what I'm drinking. But it could be a downfall too. This is what I'm drinking. This is what I'm doing. Is it helping you? Yes. Okay, great. Let's go. Like, it's logic. Is it a solution? Like, they're much more apt to be like, yeah, let's do it. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Where women sometimes tend to need that emotional connection even more so, right? So not that men don't, but follow me here. So we're talking about tossing the feet on the ground. Okay. That's going to be us saying to people, hey, are you open to taking a look at what I have to offer for my products? Are you open to taking a look at what my business offers, the opportunity that I have to share? Are you open to taking a look at how to make extra money for your family? And they're like, oh yeah. And you're like, okay. And you sling a link, sling a video, you send your pre-recorded voice recording, you copy and paste your text. And now we're on, we're going, we're looking at the products. What is the triplex? Why is microbiome important, right? Something I want to challenge you guys to do, and this is so simple and it will help us all so much, is when you're saying, are you open to taking a look at what I have to offer with my products? And they're like, yeah, I've actually been pretty curious. Take a second and ask them why. Oh my gosh, that is so great. Why are you interested in the products? Why does that pique your interest? Find out why. One, that's going to help you know what kind of information they need. If we're talking about the business, like, hey, are you open to checking out my business opportunity? We have a webinar on Monday night. And they're like, yeah, I'd like to check it out. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to send you the link. Why are you interested in earning extra income? This is going to put roots for them as to like why this may be the thing. It's going to push the seeds down deeper. There's going to become a connection. Keith Callahan did a call last week, and he was talking about when you ask somebody like, hey, what do you want the next 5 years of your life to look like? Like 5 years, what do you want it to, like, Henry's 1. Okay, when Henry's going to kindergarten, what do I want life to look like? And they answer the question. And then I say, what's your plan? Like, what's your plan to get there? That's going to put roots to what they're saying. For me, when I started to see the potential in Plexus as a business, and I started to think of all these things that we could have. We could do this. We could have that. We could have this time. We could have these options. I also thought, if I don't do Plexus and Plexus is not the answer, how in the world am I going to get those things? Like, what's the plan? I possibly could not cut enough hair in a 40-hour, 60-hour work week to make a doctor's salary. That's going to be 60 hours a week I'm not with my kids. And I'm still not going to make a doctor's salary. So it's like, okay, this is the opportunity. If I don't do this business, how else are we going to have that life? right? That created an emotional connection and deepened my like, this might be the answer. This might be the thing. So if we're having conversations with people, right? And they're, you know, they've got digestive issues, they're in pain, they've tried all the things, they want to make extra money, they want to be home with their kids, they want to help bring their spouse home from work, all these things. And we're like, okay, why is the business interesting to you? Like, what piqued your interest? Why do you want to jump on the webinar with me? I would love to hear. You're going to have a deeper understanding of why they're interested, why they're here. It's going to help you have a deeper conversation with them, but it's also going to ground and root their thoughts on what we're using, what we're talking about, what the opportunity is. Because it's the same, you may have heard in the products, like, okay, somebody wants to lose weight. The weight is not the thing, right? The weight is not the thing. What if, I remember we had one of my ambassadors, a couple years ago, it snowed, and she went sledding with her grandkids. And she was like, this is why I use these products. Like, I use my ease. This is why I've lost 35 pounds. This is what, so I can sled with my grandkids, not stand there and watch them. It's not the weight. And that's why questions are so good, you guys, when we're talking to people. The questions and the answers are going to be what roots them in success and consistency and helps you to understand them and what they want. How much weight are you looking to lose in the next 6 months? I would love to lose 35 pounds in the next 6 months. Okay, what are you going to gain? How are you going to feel when you lose 35 pounds in the next 6 months? What would you be able to do that you can't do right now if you were 35 pounds lighter? That is what's going to keep them from eating the entire pie. That is what is going to keep them consistent on their supplements. It's not the weight. How many of us, you know, we're just using weight as the example, would say like, yeah, I need to lose 5, 10 pounds. Yep. And then it's like so easily. For me, it's working out. You guys, like, listen, if you hung around me for any amount of time now, you probably know I hate to work out. Emily's laughing because I want to be Emily in my next life. I hate to work out. Okay. I hate it. I'm always an athletic person. It would be very simple for me to get in shape. I'm not going to lie, but I hate it. So it's easy for me to be like, I mean, I'm not currently my heaviest right now. I'll be fine. Right? Like, justify, there's no like tie to it. Like, I'm like, I don't. It's like, isn't that bad? You know, but the emotional connection is the goal that I have set for myself. Like, I don't want to get to that point and feel those feelings because I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So we need to help our people by asking them questions like, why? Why is that important to you? Why are you interested in checking this out? What piqued your interest? Before we're sending them a bunch of information, have the conversation. Why? We've talked about this before. People can relate with pain, right? Pain, loss, like people relate with that way more than the wins and the successes. So ask them the questions. Have the deeper conversation. This is network marketing. This is relationship marketing. Is it super fun when someone shoots you a message and they're like, hey, send me a link. I'm ready to sign up and do this. And we're like, yes, send a link. We're done. Oh, yeah, that's fun, right? But for the most part, we're creating and we're tending to these relationships and helping people get to the root cause. Why do you want to do this? So take the time, take the step back, have the conversation and listen. Okay. As leaders, I don't care if you have 1 or 2 people on your team, you are a leader. As leaders, we have to listen. Don't try to be solving the problem as soon as they start talking. I have learned in the last couple of years so much. Most of my team will solve their own problems if I just ask a question and shut up. And it roots so much deeper when it comes from their own voice. When you get to the point where people are like, hey, Rach, thanks for that phone call. Oh my gosh, and Rach's like, I didn't I didn't really do anything, but you're welcome. Yeah, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. When you're just like, cool, glad I was here. Have a good day. That's when you're doing it right. You're letting them talk it out. You're letting them say it in their own words. You don't have to solve it for them. But as our customers, we need to help, and even in the business, right? We need to help deepen the understanding and the connection of why. Why is this important to you? Why are you interested in this? Why does that excite you? Learn those things about your customers and your ambassadors, and it's going to really help you understand them more. It's going to help you hold them accountable better, and it's going to help them to see that like this is not just like a fad, a quick fix, an in and out type of thing. Like, we're here to figure it out. I want you to feel your goals. I want you to feel the changes, see the changes, and really experience them, not just on the surface level. So I'm going to end you guys a little bit short today, but absolutely, Sean, it will help with better product suggestion too, because sometimes, you know, and a lot of times you can even see it from Messenger to the phone. If you get on Messenger and you ask questions, they're going to answer one way, and you get on the phone and now you've like got a whole paragraph beyond their first initial answer. And you're like, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to change my recommendation now because we talked a little bit more. Ask the questions. If you are stuck, okay, you're like, okay, I get to this point and then I don't know what else to say. Okay. The question or the comment is, tell me more about that. That will get you out of every single I'm stuck situation. Tell me more about that. If you don't understand what they're saying, can you tell me more about that? I want to lose weight. I want to do this. I just really struggle with my food and I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Okay. I didn't learn anything just then. So okay, tell me more about that. And then shut up. They're going to tell you everything that you need to know. So if you get stuck, that is your golden phrase. Tell me more about that. That will help you. So, all right, I want to challenge you guys. Go into your messengers, get on your phone calls, ask some questions, and be quiet. You are going to love it. It is so much less work, and you're going to learn so much more and have such a better connection with your team. So, love you guys. Happy Wednesday. See you next week.